Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
And there it is, green flag in the air, and we are a go. Curb, curb, curb again. Oh! And he's gonna make it work as they're 3 tenths back. Sir, you can't park there.
Welcome to another All-Star 15 TV production. Brought to you by Dubby Energy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, round number 10 of the All-Star 15 TV Super Tropheo Series, coming to you live from Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Home of
What did you say?
Michelin.
Did you say Michelin? It's Michelin.
Well, there's my co-host for every Tuesday night, Mr. Joe Hutchings. How you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm just correcting my co-host, that's all.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna get swift kicking the buttocks in a little bit.
It's okay. It's deserved.
But Joe, we're hitting this right on the schedule towards the end of the season, and just like the IMSA towards the end of the season, they have a very, very fun and interesting and sometimes stress-inducing endurance race here.
Oh yeah.
Some of the drivers in the field run that race, and I can tell you, me being a crew chief and broadcasting it the last couple of years, I'll call that the reason why I don't have any here, because this place has some serious blind turns, and these drivers are gonna have to be on their A game for the first part of the racetrack. It comes down towards the back half, down the straightaways and into the chicanes leading back towards the front stretch. We'll get into the ride along in just a little bit, but Joe, give us a little history about Road Atlanta.
Do you want, what history do you want? Because there's been some pretty famous accidents here. A Porsche 911 GT1 flipping down the backstretch, or said backstretch being used as a drug runner's runway for, getting cocaine and marijuana into the United States. Road Atlanta is a very unique track. It's a very unique track. It's settled about I'd say about a half-hour ride from downtown Atlanta on the east side. Fun track to drive. I've driven it once in my lifetime. I've been to a couple of races there. Very, very fun place to be.
Looking at the field we've got 8 strong tonight. Dalton Fredericks, Donald Seapack, Michael Clark, Nate Orlowski, Daniel Krim, Josh Vidal, Wyatt Franklin, and Mike Rupp. What are we going to expect with this race here tonight and these drivers? A good chunk of them run the endurance race here later in the year. Even though they're different vehicles, do you think anything translates from those GDPs or LMPs to these Lamborghinis, Joe?
Well, there's a couple of guys in the field that have GT3 experience at this track during Petit Le Mans, and it'll be entertaining to see if those skills translate over to these mid-engine cars, because I think we ran BMW M4 when we ran it in GT3, so it's certainly going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun watching them all haul off into turn one.
Yeah. Well, I don't think turn one's going to be the issue. I think it's going to be up the hill, that first chicane. I think it's like the left-hander, right-hander is where we're going to see those issues, Joe. But we're not going to have to wait too much longer, as we are just about to go green. There's the Porsche safety car off the racetrack.
Green.
And green flag in the air. There they go. Dalton Fredericks, as expected, gets a really good launch. Donald Seapack follows him into turn number 1. You have the cobalt of Michael Clark on the right side of Seapack, as they are going to figure it out, go single file through the S's and the chicanes. Very high-speed technical corners. through the first portion of the racetrack, as it looks like Michael Clark saves it.
Oh no, Nate's in the wall a little bit. Looks like Nate scrubbed the right side of the car on that concrete. I guess he didn't like my paint scheme.
Ooh! He was trying to avoid Michael Clark and just caught the grass, and the grass grabbed him into the wall. But CPEC is putting a little bit of a charge behind Dalton Fredericks.
That's what CPEC's going to have to do. He's going to have to pressure Dalton into making a mistake. And oh no, Nate's wrecking.
That was a hard hit by Nate. I don't know. Did he have help that last time?
I don't know. We got another car off track.
This is Nate going through the final turn. He clips the inside rumble strips, and that sends him flying. And then it looks like we got Michael Clark as well. Cobalt Tools, again, number 9. Hey, that one's not as bad.
Hopefully Mr. Clark sends Road Atlanta the bill for that long job.
I mean, not destroying your car. I'll take a couple X's if it means you can keep racing.
Well, these guys need to be careful because at 15, it's a drive-through penalty, and I'm not clearing it.
Well, Joe, why don't we stick with Dalton? Take us around Road Atlanta.
So Dalton's coming down the front straight, which also has pit road, coming off into turn 1, which is a long right-hand sweeper. You can pretty much take it flat out if you have a good setup on the car. Coming up into the chicane up here at the top of the S's. And yes, this is the S's part of Road Atlanta. It's actually pretty picturesque if you get the great camera angles. Then you come into the left-hander, turn 5, which is off-camber curb ride. It's not a fun corner. Usually prototypes will stick pretty well. And then you come up to the top of the keyhole here. And then trying to get through this right-handering, maximizing the most amount of speed that you can coming down this back straight here. This is where the Porsche decided it wanted to join the German Air Force. I know this, I was there. Anyways, you're gonna come flying down the hill, come down into the bus stop. Very, very, very slow corner with these cars. And then car goes off camber, gets really light up underneath this bridge. And you come down into the last corner, long sweeper. Gotta stay off that curb because we saw what Nate just did. And that's your lap at Road Atlanta. Very, very quick lap.
Very quick, 1:20 to be exact, if you're the fastest. What kind of strategies do you think we're going to see these drivers take? We get at least one pit stop a race. Dalton, as he's kicking that Lamborghini's back out ever so slightly, going through those top couple S's. But it looks like tires are a premium here, Joe. And with a lot of these drivers, they're throwing the Lamborghinis all over the place. Is that going to bite them later on in the run?
It could. A lot of these guys were staying on the same tires when we were racing at other tracks, but Road Atlanta's got a unique character when it comes to its pavement. It's actually quite grainy, and it will rip your tires apart if you're not careful. I didn't check what the weather was either. It's probably going to be really hot track tap. Oh yeah, it's 120-degree track tap. They're going to be sliding.
And that goes back to what I was just saying about Dalton. The closest battle we have on the racetrack right now is the 26 of Josh Vidal and the 9 of Michael Clark. The black and purple or hot pink number 26 JVM Graphics Lamborghini over the Cobalt Tools number 9. Looks like they're closing in on Krim a little bit.
Prim's probably just gonna take it slow and steady because that's his MO when it comes to, tracks like this where one little foot off and you're done. Oh, someone just wrecked in the back.
Yeah, that's Michael Rupp and Wyatt Franklin. I wonder if it's together. I don't think so. Here's... Oh! Holy cow, Joe. We'll
Ouch.
jump on board with Michael Rupp. That's gonna hurt. And let's go see what happened to Wyatt Franklin. Oh, he's just up in the keyhole. Puts the nose in the wall.
Yeah, there's something unique too with this car. If you're in the wrong gear, you're gonna lose the ass end. Butt end. Yeah.
And that's honestly what we've seen so far.
Oh yeah. It's a hot track, it's slick, and I was mean and put a medium downforce setup on the car, and I got cussed out for it already. And Brandon in the chat saying Wyatt equals skill issue. That's mean. But you got a pretty good battle back here with is it Josh and
Joshua and Michael
Clark. Yeah, Daniel's kind of pulling away a little bit. Dalton's checked out.
I don't... By a half a second? That's a couple turns, Joe.
Well, I meant to say the leaders have checked out. I brain farted. I work for a living. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is just CPEG just riding with Dalton just to kind of keep the pressure on him. Or he could be just trying to stay with him until the end and then sit there and get either undercut him or overcut him in the pit stop and try to get some open track and run away. Sandbagging. Accurate observation. Okay, Brandon.
Wish you were here, pal. That's a pretty close battle, but here is a huge close battle. This is top 3. This is for third. Daniel Krim, Josh Vidal, and Michael Clark, as Wyatt Franklin and Rupp are both on pit road. Coming down to the hill for the last couple turns on the racetrack. And very consistent is that number 9 behind Josh Vidal. And it really looks like these 3 Lamborghinis, Joe, are very, very even.
Oh, yeah.
Has nothing to do with it's a fixed setup, but it's just their driving styles are very close together.
Yep. And right now you have, in certain spots of the track, Krim is faster than Josh. And it flip-flops in other parts. And it looks like Clark is just going to kind of ride out here and see what happens in this little battle. He might actually try to go for a pass here soon. If I was a betting man, I'd say that Mr. Clark is going to try to set him up going into the bus stop. Wait, IR is a betting man.
Well, let's see what we got here. We're on with Michael Clark. just 3/10 and growing, separating from him and Vidal in front.
Yeah, if Mr. Clark wants any decent run at them coming down the straight, he's going to have to adjust his corner entry and exit.
He's so late on the braking. And just talking about how close of lap time everybody has. Prem with a 1:21.26, Vidal with a 1:21.33, and Clark with a 1:21.35. All within a tenth of each other, lap time wise, last time by. Granted, Dalton's 4/10, 5/10 faster than everybody. But hey, this is a great battle for third we got here, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Just look how late the 9 goes into the braking. He really needs a good run out of the keyhole as the back end kicks out just a little bit. He is closer this time by, instead of 3/10, he's 2/10. Utilizing the draft down that really long straightaway going towards that chicane. 2/10 now. Does he shoot to the inside?
Nah, he's not. He would have to have been right up on his bumper. The Clark's gonna have to either late brake and lengthen the straightaway. Basically, doing a late turn in, late apex, so it maximizes the length of the straightaway, so you can get on the gas a little bit sooner. It when it happens, I'll call it out because he'll figure it out.
As we were saying, this is the closest battle, and no,
there goes Josh.
No, it is not.
Bye, Josh.
He clips the curb and loses the Lambo. With how close they were racing, somebody was going to end up making a mistake. Oh, even Krim gets a little sideways, but able to save it. Good news
Josh
for Josh. Doesn't hit anything.
That's good. Josh was about 4 feet off of the proper apex where he needed to be, and he wasn't saving the car.
Now that 9 is going to try to get back to where he started, third place on the grid. But right there in front of him, that's who he's chasing for third. It's Daniel Krim. And already that 9 is to the back bumper of the 47.
Oh, yeah. Clark's going to set him up coming down the back straight. This is going to be a good pass. I actually made an instructional video how to pass people into bus stop here with a gentleman by the name of Simon Grills. He was the unfortunate soul on that side of that pass.
Haven't seen that guy in a while. I lose a little bit of ground just where Josh had his incident last time around. He almost gets involved the same way as going through the keyhole now. Just 2/10. Needs to get a good exit, and he's just going to kick the Lambo sideways. Going to stay pretty close to 10th and a half separating. Utilizing that draft. 0.14, 0.12, a 10th.
The leaders are coming up on lap traffic.
There's Nate Orlowski in front of your leaders. That gap for your leaders has even closed up. A lot of stuff going on around the racetrack, Joe. And I wish we had, like, the multi-view, like, all the battles, all the driver cams, But there they go, right around Nate Orlowski. There's the battle again between Krim and Clark. As look at the run, Clark gets through the keyhole. Krim goes way wide, clips the grass on the outer side, and they are drag racing down towards the chicane. Daniel Krim with the preferred line as they come down the hill 100 yards away. As they touch into the chicane, Krim with the advantage by 2 or 3 car lengths up the hill, back down the hill towards the front stretch. And Daniel Krim able to hold on to P3 for the time being. Joe, this is absolutely insane how close these two are driving, and neither of them are wrecking.
Oh yeah, this is a good battle. By the way, I have the leaders up on my stream.
I can't pull it. We've already started. I also don't have that battle box set up anymore.
Oh well.
But we'll flick back to the leaders because I think it's about 7/10 separating the two of them.
Dalton's starting to pull a little bit more of a gap.
That's what we're looking at. See if we can pull up the sectors. CPEC faster in sector 1 and 3, but gives it all back in 2 and 4, and then some.
Yeah, just another one of my observations. It looks like Dalton is trying to save in certain spots.
Ooh, and Clark made the pass on Krim because Krim goes off track. What did we miss? Oh!
Oh no.
That M&M'd. That snapped back to reality. Once again, a driver spins out and doesn't hit anything.
Absolute luck. I'm kidding. Sometimes it's skill.
Sometimes.
Brandon is absolutely ruthless in chat tonight.
Brendan sounds like he's having fun.
This is going to be entertaining because if Dalton goes in, let's say he goes in early, then CPEC can go and decide, do I stay out an extra lap? Do I have the fuel to do it? Or do I pit with Dalton? And in my eyes, his best bet would be to try to undercut Dalton as much as he could. That way he gets some free track, and then if Dalton comes in the next lap or 2 laps later or whatever, then CPEC's got clear track to try to make up some time.
Yeah. And I'm
Right
really
now,
curious
Dalton's
to
kind
see
of
how that's going to work as CPEC's closing in, Joe.
Yeah, it looks like CPEC's going to have a sniff of that draft, but he's too far back to try to make a move into the bus stop unless he, tries to send it. We don't need a yeet.
We get enough of that on Monday nights.
Mm-hmm. At an average of 6 minutes a pop. I mean, what?
Yeah, it's a lot. Closest battle we have on the racetrack is for your top 2 spots as they cross the start-finish line once again. They're on lap number 17, almost 22 minutes in, Joe, as Orlowski's back on pit road.
Yeah, you will click off a lot of laps at this place. This place gets crazy when it's raining, and you have multiple classes.
Oh boy, was that last year's race with the rain?
Oh yeah.
Appreciate all our sponsors out there who have hit that like button and jumped on with the channel. Got their graphics down in the right-handed corner if you're on Facebook or YouTube. Go check them out. It's nice and easy. Go up to the descriptions and check out our beautiful channel partners. Thank you to Makoni Setup Shop for all their help with the Super Tropheo series. You saw their ad at the beginning of the show. You'll see it again in just about 10 or so minutes. But for everybody that just supports the channel, thank you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow. I know I just saw Regeneration Sports Network hit that like and share button. Appreciate you guys. And it looks like we have a new subscriber on YouTube. What's going on, Gavin?
Welcome to the channel.
Coming back up to lap traffic. That'll put Krim a lap down. As
Krim was
Michael
just
Rupp
on
with
road
another
not
issue,
too
Joe.
ago. Oh no.
Same spot.
Oh, exact same spot.
And I would think he's probably going to be done after that.
Yeah, I don't think he probably used his fast repair already.
On the first time, in that exact same spot.
I mean, he can get back out there and and still turn laps. We'll see what happens.
But that gap between your leader is just about 0.6 of a second, growing to 6.5, heading down towards the keyhole. And once again, CPEC just very late on the braking. Joe, what are you seeing from that second place Lamborghini?
To me, it looks like he's just trying to hang on for dear life at this point. It looks like Dalton's pretty, has got him covered at this point.
Yeah, Dalton's basically from first place gonna force CPEC into a mistake.
Mm-hmm. If I was this close to the leader, I would undercut him.
Yeah, get past halfway and jump down pit road.
Pretty much. Well, we're well past halfway now.
Yeah, we've already heard Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
We're
He's got
halfway
jokes.
there. Whoa.
Chicken on a snare.
Interesting.
What?
Interesting, very interesting.
Raccoon on a gator?
Maybe in the gator.
No. There's a very famous picture that's floating around of a gator on a, yeah.
Your top four have yet to hit pit road. Frederick, CPEC, Clark, and Vidal yet to take their pit stop of the race. As they have Daniel Krim in front of them. Should be getting takers within the next couple laps, Joe. We are past halfway. Just shy of 18 minutes remaining. So you're looking at about another 14 or so minutes. 14 or so more laps. Talking. What is it good for?
Yeah, we're about 14-ish.
So, Joe, you got some exciting stuff happening with HSR in the next month or so. It looks like some of these drivers are getting ready to run the 24 hours of Le Mans. Is that what I saw?
Yes. Dalton and the road team are gearing up for the majors 24 hours of Le Mans. I do not know what car they're going to be in. I am not part of that. I'm not in that talks on that because I trust the boys to do their jobs, and they're going to do it well. They're going to kill it. And I'm not Donald Trump, but I still approve this message.
Frederick, CPEC, Clark, and Vidal all on pit road. Clark and Vidal have just left pit road. So they're about a full minute behind your race leaders. But Joe, how important's probably not the right word. How special would it be to add the 24 hours of Le Mans to your team trophy case?
An iRacing one on iRacing would be absolutely wonderful. I've got them on other simulators, so it's it would be bittersweet not to have one on the quintessential racing simulator of our time. So yeah, it'd be pretty special. I've only attempted Le Mans, the 24 hours of Le Mans twice on iRacing, and I screwed up both times. I apologize, Robinson. Yeah, it's a grueling race. It makes Daytona look like a piece of cake. There's barely any lighting around the track. There's a lot of high speed sections. I mean, there's a couple of sections of the track. You got the Mulsanne Straight where you're pretty much flat out until you get to a bus stop, and then flat out again to a bus stop, and then flat out again to a right-hander. And then you're flat out again until you get down to the corner known as Indianapolis. And then you have a nice long section up to the Porsche corners, and it's just...
Joe,
it's tough.
I gotta cut you off. Vidal with a huge issue.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Almost same spot as Rupp. And Daniel Krim's gonna end up getting by him.
You might want to get back up to the leaders, though. We almost had a pass going into the bus stop. This is...
Something's going to have to give. Somebody's going to make a mistake. I can't see it finishing like this.
CPEC's doing the job right now of sitting there just keeping the pressure on Dalton, keeping him honest at this point. You got just over, was it, or just under 10 minutes to go in the race. I think. I don't know what my timer says.
You just got under 14 minutes remaining, Joe.
Yep, I just saw the other timer on my data screen.
Dalton's just so good on the exit of these turns. That's where he's picking up all his time. And a good half a second slower last time by.
Oh no, mistake.
CPEC looks like he just went off track. Back that up. Of course it didn't populate. This is one of the blind turns that always got me when trying to help you practice. Not a huge mistake, but enough to put a 2-second gap between the two of you. That gives Dalton a little bit of breathing room to just calm down and log laps, basically.
Pretty much. It takes a lot of the pressure off. We'll see what CPEC can do. Let's see if he can...
Uh-oh, that's not good. Nate Orlowski again. And, of course, I get a Fox camera angle.
Oh, he saved it. Good Lord. Brandon's trying to make fun of me in the chat.
I mean, it's Brandon.
I know. He likes to stir the pot. He who stirs the pot has to lick the spoon, sir. And there's a word missing from that because I'm being nice.
Hey, Joe.
Huh.
I need you to take over for a second because I gotta go put the dog out real fast. He's going absolutely nuts.
No problem.
Who do you want to be on? Dalton?
Leave it right where it's at.
Perfect.
And CPEC has been the fastest car the last couple of laps. That's what the timing and scoring has been telling us. Dalton's 2025 to CPEC's 2020. The lead drops down and then comes, grows again, and drops down and grows again. Looks like CPEC's trying to do everything in his power to try to catch Dalton right now, and Dalton just looks like he's on a rail right now. Dalton is getting through turn 5 a lot better than CPEC right now. CPEC, it looks like he's about 2 to 3 feet off of the apex when going through 5. CPEG is picking up just a little bit of time on Dalton in some of these corners, so just not enough to really catch him. We'll see as they come across the line what the times are. CPEC was slightly faster this last time by 2/100ths of a second. Looks like we're well under 10 minutes to go in this race. Dalton's lead is not changing too much at this point. Dalton was the fastest last time by 1/10 of a second. They're running nearly identical lap times at this point. CPEC must have heard me because he took a lot of that curve that time. Dalton's lead just grew to 3 seconds coming down this straightaway, according to sim racing apps. Dalton just gets out of these slower corners so much better than CPEC. Oh, we got just over.
Sorry about that, Joe.
You are all good.
As you all know, the wife is pregs, and trying to let her rest as much as possible. But it looks like Daniel Krim with another issue on the racetrack after getting to 4th place. Nobody around him, so it allows him to get going once again, and I thought for a second he was about to take that chicane too. But Dalton has grown almost a 2.5 second lead over Donald CPEC real fast. Let's go side by side and pay some bills.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Makoni Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairground Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McCody Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McCody Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
And there it is, green flag in the air, and we are a go.
Curb, curb, curb again.
Oh! And he's gonna make it work as they are 3/10 back.
Sir, you can't park there.
Welcome to another All-Star 15 TV production. Brought to you by W Energy.
Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. Thank you to everybody hitting that like button, subscribe, following, and just tuning in every Tuesday night. Dalton Fredericks by almost 4 seconds on the racetrack. And even that is still the closest battle we have. It's been pure domination from that number 20 Lamborghini. Joe, absolutely flawless.
As usual.
Kind of wish we had Scott and Ken out here to see how they would have fared. But next week we are going to have some fun with round 11 at the Indianapolis road course. Dun dun dun.
They're closing off Indy 500 practice to run a Lamborghini race?
You're dang right they are. And through the final couple turns, Dalton... Uh-oh. Okay, I thought he was actually gonna... Oof.
That was on purpose.
Okay, well, Dalton Fredericks is gonna win race number 10 here at Road Atlanta. CPEC in second. Michael Clark. There goes engine number 9 across the line. And we got a long way to go before we get the Grim. But as all that's going on, Joe, absolute domination by Dalton Fredericks. Not even close whatsoever.
Not even close.
Thought we were going to see Dalton already start burning it down. Burn it down for real. See if we can get a word with P3. Hey, Mike Clark, and you're up in the booth with myself and Joe Hutchings. How you doing, pal? And congrats on the 3rd place finish.
Yeah, good. That was interesting race. I honestly, at the start of the race, I didn't know if I was going to make it through or not. Setup was a bit shaky, not what I'm used to. Usually pretty good at this track, but it seems like every corner I took was 50-50 if I was going to spin and hit the wall or keep it on track.
We saw that from a lot of guys tonight. Happy to hear that's actually what it felt like in the car. But yeah, you come away with a 3rd place finish. With a night that Dalton just kind of blew everybody out of the water. We take it to the Indy road course next week. What are you kind of expecting going from Road Atlanta up to Indy?
A lot of dive bombs into turn 1, but it's a fun track. I mean, you got a good kind of good split between that oval section, just long straightaways, and that very tight road course section, but it should be interesting.
All right, pal, before we let you go and enjoy your podium finish, sponsors you'd like to plug?
Yeah, well, just Daniel Krim for making the awesome paint scheme. I'm going to be repping every week. Love driving this thing. Looks sick, so.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for coming and chatting with us. Great race overall, and we will see you next week.
Sounds good. I'll be there.
All right, Joe, do you want Dalton or do you want to take Donald?
I'll let you take Donald, and I will take Dalton.
Okay, so I'll take Donald first. Donald CPEC finishing 2nd here this evening. Put an ungodly amount of pressure on Dalton Fredericks for the majority of this race. It looked like that car just fell off a cliff towards the end, the last 10 minutes remaining. But overall, great race. How was it out there?
Oh man, I am sweaty. That was a heck of a lot of fun. I'm glad I had Dalton there to race. I was chatting with him a little bit just now, and yeah, I was keeping him honest, and I didn't really have any opportunities to pass. We were just matching pace. I wasn't going any faster than him, and then I made that little mistake, and then I don't know if things got too hot or what, but I just it was about a half a second a lap slower after that.
Yeah, you say you didn't have the dive bombs, but there were a good couple where I thought you were coming down the long straightaway, you'd cut to the left and just send it, but I guess cooler heads prevailed, and not wanting to take out the race leader, I guess, also kicked in. But there were a couple moments where I thought you were gonna go for it, and I was making sure I didn't show any bias, but Somebody's gonna knock Dalton off.
Yeah, I probably could have committed. I put the nose out a couple times just to try to maybe get him to make a mistake, and I probably could have sent it at least one of those times. But yeah, I thought better of it. I'm like, I got plenty of race. Maybe he'll make a mistake, and he just didn't.
All right, pal. Well, after Road Atlanta, we are going a little north. By a little, I mean a lottle. To the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. What are we expecting from you and the team there?
Well, actually, I don't own that track. I'll have to buy it and relearn it and see if we can have another fun race like this. Every race I've done here so far has been super great. I've always had somebody to race, and it's a total blast. The car feels good too.
Yeah, well, get the practicing, because for what I've been told, it's a very, very fun and racy track, especially diving into turn one, that right-hander.
Awesome. Yeah, hope to see you there.
All right, dude. Donald CPAC, any sponsors you'd like to plug?
No, I'm not sporting the livery right now, but I usually race for Team Bear Pope, and if any of the guys are watching, shout outs to them. They're a great bunch of dudes, and they really helped me become a better driver.
Well, you enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you in Indianapolis next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Joe, you wanted it. Here you go, Dalton Fredericks.
Oh, man. Dalton, you got us?
Oh, yeah.
Congrats on the dub, bud. What? Were you just gap managing, or were you toying with them? What was all that about? Explain what happened during that race.
Basically the entire race I was sort of gap managing. I was just trying to keep him at a distance to where he could stay close and maybe wear his stuff out more than me, and just keep him out of striking distance to where he wouldn't be able to pull a dive bomb on the backstretch. That was pretty much my strategy the whole race. I knew if I tried to break away, I'd overheat my tires and kill him, and then he'd be able to easily get around me because I'd probably make a mistake. So I just decided to have a Sunday cruise basically and just try to keep him behind me.
Well, it looks like that strategy worked.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. I was hoping to get out a little ahead in pit road because I thought I came into pit road really hot, and I looked behind me and he stayed with me. I'm like, oh crap. I haven't really had someone stay with me on pit entry like this before, so this is going to be close.
Well, congrats on the dub. You got, I know you got a lot of stickers on that car that you need to talk about. Why don't you go ahead and list them all?
Yeah, I'd like to thank All-Star 15 TV for broadcasting these races. As per usual, they're awesome to go and watch. I'll definitely watch this one. But I'd like to also thank everyone at HSR Phantom Racing for all the support there. Great guys over there. We ran pretty decent tonight. Hopefully it's good experience for everyone with the loose car and whatnot. So good experience there. I'd like to thank JTZ Home Services, Fire Trucking, JVM Graphics, Wrestling with Nerds, AC Cages, JVM, or already said that one, JVM Graphics. There's
you
a
can
double
say
shout out. No, McConey Setup Shop, BMS, Hard AF Seltzer, Nerds Do Nerd Things, Drinker Bros Auto Racing Group, anyone else that I might have missed, thank you for helping us, and hopefully we have another good race next week, if there is a next week. I can't remember if this was the final race or not.
Nope, we got Indianapolis next week, and then Nordschleife after that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That one's going to be a little interesting. Just a little.
I got something in the works for y'all on that one.
Even better.
Yep. Well, congrats on the dub, bud. We're we're gonna keep rolling the broadcast out, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
All right, Joe, an absolute butt whooping from Dalton Fredericks leaves him the winner of round number 10. Take us home and give us a little preview of next week at Indianapolis.
Well, seeing that the Indy cars are running on the oval, we're gonna try to sneak in with some with some Lamborghinis on the road course here. It's gonna be a pretty intense battle because there's gonna be a lot of straightaway to sit there and draft and get a good pull down into turn one, and hope to see a lot of the guys that are in contention for the championship over the next two races, because it was it's starting to become an even tighter battle now that Scott and Ken haven't showed up the last 2 weeks. So hopefully they'll make it for Indianapolis, and we're gonna have so much fun at Indy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me around to a couple eating joints.
Oh, dude, Charlie Brown's about 3 blocks off the Speedway.
Well,
Best breakfast place you can go to.
As long as you don't kick the football out when I go to try to kick it, we'll be fine.
Oh no, it's not that kind of Charlie Brown, bud.
All right, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. If you're still here, hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Dalton Fredericks, your race winner. Donald Cepak, Michael Clark, second and third. Then it's Daniel Krim, Mike Rupp, Nate Orlowski, Josh Vidal, and Wyatt Franklin rounding out the rest of your field. For Joe Hutchings, I'm AJ Capola. We will see you next week at Indianapolis.
Deuces.